Hi, everyone. Danielle and Matt Noyes here. Thanks for making the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network part of your daily routine, storms or sunshine.
If you enjoy these videos, we invite you to become a member at patreon.com/1 Degree Outside. Support our mission of continuing to bring accurate weather forecasts and science insights to one and all. This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by CrackX Foundation Crack Repair and Waterproofing. 40 years of prompt and economical service to New England homeowners, builders, general contractors, home inspectors, management companies, architects, and engineers. Be sure to visit crackx.com and mention 1 Degree Outside when you make your appointment for an incredible discount. Sunday evening on the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network, meteorologist Matt Noyes. A little bit more rain and snow on the way for our Monday. You don't have to worry about that tonight. The clouds will increase. The temperatures will drop. That does set the stage for some snow to get involved during the course of the day Monday. The feels like forecast for many of us on Monday is going to remain awfully chilly. Even if you go over to rain, it's a cold rain. It feels like the 30s, the warmest time of the day. Tuesday, we do better. And then Wednesday is going to be chilly, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal overall in terms of the weather. We'll take a look at that. So the setup is this. You've got a storm center going up through Ontario and Quebec. The red line's a warm front, the leading edge to warm air. The blue line's a cold front, the return of colder air. So you're going to get both of those to come through over the next 48 hours. You can track all the precipitation every step of the way using our app, totally free. Noyce's 1 Degree Outside Weather. It's on the App Store and Google Play. But the overall kind of progression of this goes this way. As we get through 4 in the morning, a little bit of light rain and snow coming down to the Pioneer Valley, the Connecticut River Valley, and then running up through Berkshire County. Notice many of us have temperatures that will be running above the melting point. So there's going to be raindrops mixed in. It's going to be very hard to get it to stick. All the way up to Route 2, the pavement temperatures are likely to run above the freezing point. Once you start getting north of Route 2, your roads cool a little bit more. But having said that, notice at 6 in the morning, you're starting to break it out through I-95, where again, the pavement should be fairly warm and be able to melt it, meaning like 36 to 39 degrees or so. But when you get across southern portions of New Hampshire, we would cool a bit more. The thing is, it's so light in the beginning, and then by the time it starts to ramp up a little bit, you're already into mid to late morning and your temperature's coming up. So the greatest chance of accumulation that would be more significant will be in the higher terrain of western New Hampshire, much of central and eastern Vermont, then running up and through the Lakes region, the mountains of New Hampshire, and through much of interior Maine as well. Notice even Bangor at noon tomorrow is running about 35, a mixture of wet snow and rain, and we are over to rain for a lot of central and southern New England. By the time we get to midday, as we get to the afternoon at 3:15, it's raining and in the 40s, and the back edge comes through probably just prior to dinner time. That's a cold front coming by, shutting down the rain, returning some of the cooler air for us, which we'll get to in a minute. So how much snow are you going to get? It's not that much. In southern New England, maybe it's a coating all the way up through Route 2. Again, when you start to cross the New Hampshire line, though, 1 or 2 inches when you get into the white and the light blue. Notice the tremendous elevation dependency. The higher up you are, the more snow you can squeeze out. That's because this is a marginal temperature event. All through the course of the day tomorrow, temperature across much of central and northern New England is about 32 to 34 degrees. That means in our valleys, you can see considerably less snow, right? Loudon's maybe 2 inches, but then you ramp it up to 3 and 4 as you come up toward Alton, but you're back down again and then up again at Ossipee, and then some of the purples you see is where you may get 6 or 8, but that's mostly on the summits or in the high terrain. When you get above about 1,500, 2,000 feet, you see the amounts increase pretty considerably. Notice again, even the upper valley gets less than the hills off to the east or the west for that matter. So that's what I mean about elevation playing a role. Maine Turnpike going to be in and out of wet snow. Maybe a little bit more kind of steady consistency to it when you get into eastern Maine. So that's why you see a little bit higher amounts there. In terms of total precipitation, we're still in a moderate drought. We'll take what we can get, and what we'll get is probably about either side of half an inch by the time all is said and done for terms of that kind of water equivalent that goes into the water table. Notice the wind's getting gusty in the morning along the Green Mountains, especially on the western slopes because it's a south-southeast wind. Well, that wind will increase in eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island as we head to the late morning and early afternoon, continue to be gusty through about mid-afternoon and then start shutting down once the cold front comes through. So the wind and the rain both kind of shut down at the same time with the passage of the cold front in the late day on Monday. This may allow for enough cold air for a little bit of black ice development in some of northern New England where the snow had come down, even if the roads had melted where they were treated. And then notice as we get into Tuesday, some snow showers in northern New England, a flurry down through central and southern New Hampshire. There is a storm to the south and east of us on Wednesday. We may get grazed by that, but if it comes at the middle of the day, which it looks like right now, that would be raindrops. The best chance of snowflakes, northern New England with a separate disturbance. It drops a coating to 2 inches at the midweek as it goes by. And then Thursday is a fairly dry day for us overall. So the day-by-day highs, again, it feels really chilly for your Monday. It's kind of raw. It's only in the lower 40s, 30s in northern New England. There's a breeze throughout the day as well. Monday night, we freeze in parts of northern New England, where, again, some of that moisture may turn a little bit slick. Tuesday, you're likely to squeeze back into the 50s in southern New England, 40s across the north. You do drop below freezing on Tuesday night. And as we get into the midweek at Wednesday, that's the cooler air that starts coming in. And once that's in, it's with you again, actually, during the day on Thursday, likely only to be in the 40s. You can track the 14-day forecast and also watch our update tomorrow morning on our app. But don't forget, you can also order your merch, swag.onedegreeoutside.com. That's how it looks for now. See you again in the morning.